I made an appearance on The View. And yeah, you all didn't hear because you were still hooting and hollering. Yesterday, I made an appearance on The View. And the purpose of me being there was they invited me to give a follow-up on my Monday, I guess, meltdown when I talked about my 13-year-old son, Kevin, not liking me. Well, you know I'm a crier, so maybe if I didn't cry, this story wouldn't have, like gotten, as big as it did. But I'm a I'm a Cancer, and I'm emotional. And that's the best I can say. But I had a terrific time on the show. Thank you so much, Barbara and the ladies. And I was reading on my Facebook page, some of you thought that Whoopi was pissed at me. No, she wasn't pissed at me. Whoopi gave me big hugs and big love. And Whoopi, I'm sorry I had to leave right away because I had to come back here to take care of some business at the studio. She invited me upstairs to chat. I love Whoopi. Whoopi loves me. Anyway, so there are more details about this Justin Bieber arrest. And I have a mugshot picture, all right? Yeah, He looks stoned out of his mind, doesn't he? All glassy-eyed. Anyway, this was at 4 o'clock in the morning. He was drag racing. I talked to you about this yesterday. So there's the front mugshot. I don't like that he's smiling. Don't you think that smiling is like a thumbation to the law? Like, why would you smile? I hope they get him. I hope they do something to him for this. He was DUIing, drag racing. He was drag racing in Florida, yeah. DUI, 4 o'clock in the morning, he left the club. He reportedly admitted, this is the update, that he'd been smoking weed and taking pills. Now, I don't know what kind of pills, but they're all bad. So smoking weed and taking pills. And according to TMZ, here's the pièce de résistance. His daddy, Jeremy, was present during the drag race. Allegedly, Daddy, who's 38 years old, was one of the people who helped block off the street so that his son could drag race after the club at 4 o'clock in the morning. So in other words, this kid is as bad off as Lindsay Lohan. With parents that you party with and parents that are permissive. And I don't really see anything good happening out of this situation instead of, because what I was talking with you about yesterday, and a lot of the audience members agreed, if you have parents that you're at least afraid of, then you'll at least do your best to not shame them, And I think the fear of your parents, a kid should never grow out of. I mean, my parents scare me now, and I'm grown. And Justin's not doing anything that we all weren't doing at 19. I don't know about you. I had my first drink way before I was 21, Well, so did you. Oh, come on. Who are you people? And I know. You know what you were doing when you were 19 years old. This kid did not invent that. We invented it. But we just didn't let our parents see and know and whatnot. This stupid kid. So I don't know what's going to happen with the DUI. Is that jail time or is that you lose your license for a couple of years? You lose your license. Well, what about the drag racing? What about the underage drinking? The father allegedly was in the club, which means Jeremy was there smelling the chief. Jeremy was there seeing his son toss it back. Jeremy was there blocking off the street, and he's probably raised the flag and dropped it. You know how they do it? And the mother, Patty, is no better. I told you, Patty wrote a book talking about, her back in the day, twerk days. Patty's a fan more than a mother of her son. Patty had him when she was 15. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying, I guess she's getting a lot out of her system now. You got to figure she's still in her 30s too. The Bieber family is a mess, all three of them. I'll follow the story for you. Let's move along. Poor Tori Spelling. I don't know what she's going to do, but if it's right for Tori, it's right for me. I really do like her. I feel bad telling you this story, but it's my duty. I'm in the purple chair. It's hot topics. Everybody's talking about them, so we have to talk. All right, so Tori Spelling and her husband, Dean McDermott, have been dealing with their cheating rumors since the holidays. according to many, she's been dealing with them allegedly all through their marriage. But the most recent one was during the holidays when he was caught with some woman in Canada, and then the woman got on the blogger and started twitting and tweeting about it. Now Dean has entered rehab. Well, People magazine is saying that Dean takes full responsibility, this is from Dean, for my actions and have voluntarily checked myself into a treatment center to address some health and personal issues. I'm grateful to be getting the help, blah, blah, blah. He wants to be the best husband and father that he can possibly be. Well, that's admirable, but what kind of rehab is this? Let me guess, sex rehab? Do you believe in sex addiction? Clap if you do. Okay. But the majority, including me, don't. I think that that's like a weak excuse that people use when they've been caught out there, you know? The problem with Tori and Dean is the very beginning of their relationship. I've explained it, but I'll continue to explain it in case you don't know. They met on the set of a movie that they were doing together. He was married with one child, and Tori was married with no children. And they got romantical behind their spouse's back, divorced the spouses, and this is the foundation for which the Tori and Dean union sits on. And you know, if you're like me, I believe how you get him is how you lose him. And furthermore, are you ready for this last little piece? Dean and his ex-wife, who have, you know, the one son, at the time that the affair allegedly started, they were in the process of adopting a baby. And she went through with the adoption, but he still bounced. Like Sandra Bullock and Jesse James. Isn't that shady? And cold-hearted? Low down and no good? Tori, it's time to call a divorce lawyer. The Grammys are on Sunday. Are you going to be watching? I know. Now, the Grammys are my favorite award show, generally speaking. You know, I always watch the red carpets and stuff like that. My producers here always try to encourage me to watch award shows so I can talk about it on Monday, but I can't do what's not organically me. You know, I like the Oscars red carpet. I don't watch the Oscars. You know, you understand what I'm saying? And I like being honest with you all because I can't keep up on lying. I'm not a liar. So whenever I talk about award shows, and I always tell you this, it's because my producers, they DVR the highlights and then force me to watch them in the morning when I'm getting my makeup done. So when I come out here, I know what I'm talking about from award shows, but it's because I watched it from my producers making me, but not from me actually watching because I care. However, when it comes to the Grammys, I really enjoy watching. I like watching the red carpet, and I like watching all the performances. So I'll be there watching on Sunday with you. LL Cool J is hosting for the 3rd consecutive year. He was not a bad host last year. He hasn't been a horrible host, you know, he's a little PC. I like somebody that has a better funny bone hosting my award shows, somebody who's not so inside Hollywood and politically correct, but he'll do. Katy Perry and Taylor Swift are performing. I like this. I'll be watching. But here's the real deal. It's also confirmed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are performing. I know. Hopefully she'll wear this dress because it's a good dress and deserves to be seen again. It's a good one. But listen, here's the deal. I don't know whether they're performing together or whether they're performing separately. I'll tell you how I want to see them perform. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of the Drunken Love song. I'm sorry, it doesn't make me drop it like it's hot. Have I ever ever told you that? I'm not really a big fan of slow music or medium tempo music. I like that music that makes me feel young and jerky. Yeah. So if they do Crazy in Love, I need to see that. Okay, they can do Drunk in Love as long as they bounce into Crazy in Love and he smacks her in the behind. And they do it. I swear to you, I had a dream. All right, well, I do think that they're gonna perform together. It's not confirmed, but I swear to you, I had a dream 2 nights ago that I just finished doing the show and went to a party right after. And I was in the stairwell waiting to get into the party. And there's Jay-Z standing right here, like we're shoulder to shoulder. I say, hey, what's up? For some reason in my dream, you know, I dropped my regular speak and tried to turn cool. Hey, what's up? And he said, you know what's up. I said, well, yo, like I was talking all yo to him. I was like, well, yo, I'm really happy that you and B, I never call her B in my real life. I'm really happy that you and B are gonna be performing together at the Grammys. He said it was supposed to be a surprise, and you said it on your Hot Topics. And he was mad, and then he walked away. But because I had that dream, I know that they're gonna be performing together. I hope so. All right, last year this time, Anne Hathaway was everywhere, remember? Yeah. We haven't seen her in a long time, have we? Somebody said good. Well, you know, she won the Oscar for Les Mis and became one of the most talked about people on the planet and one of the most disliked actresses in Hollywood. And a lot of people were disliking her because all of a sudden she developed this highbrow way of being highbrow. And everybody was like, who is this girl? Will you bring Anne Hathaway back? Well, she got the message and she told the Huffington Post that she realized that people needed a break from her. So she went away. Yeah. She took some time off. But she's back because she was recently at the Cannes Film Festival. So she's at the where? Sundance. Sundance Film Festival. I'll tell you what though, I could be wrong, but Jennifer Lawrence seems to be kind of suffering that same thing. Like she's everywhere now and always talking about somebody. I don't know. Well, we'll be watching Jennifer Lawrence. You're on a slippery slope. Nice dress though. Let me see that dress. Let me see that dress. Oh, that's a good dress for a flatsy-tatsy. Like I can't wear a strapless dress. Do you know what I'm saying? A wardrobe malfunction. Boom. Oh, that's a nice dress, Jennifer Lawrence. So Patti LaBelle is a legend. And Patti LaBelle has some really strong words for today's divas. And here's what she says. Diva is a word that I wouldn't want to call myself because it's so loosely used. It's not cute anymore because all these little heifers who can't sing are called divas. I agree. I agree. And I think it might be my generation that started ruining the word. You know, a diva used to be like, you know, an opera diva. You know, a diva is something, the way she uses it, Patti, is something that you want to be. It's the highest peak on the mountain. It's, you know, everything that embodies grace and elegance and civility. But my generation uses the word diva, and the generations behind me, we mean it as something bad. Like, you know, if a woman's a diva, she's a B. It's like, I've been called talk show diva. I am not a diva. Whatever, Suzanne. She said, no. No, but like I don't consider that flattering, a talk show diva or, you know, the front row divas. That's not flattering. That's like the B word. You know, we've got it twisted. So, Patti, I'm with you. You know what? That's why we call diva fans, because these R&B heifers always want a damn fan on them when they are singing. Fans look so beautiful on these divas who want all of the toilet seats changed and the room painted in white and don't look at me in the eye. That's B word diva. I agree with you, Miss Patty. Clap, clap, clap. Now, I didn't mean you guys clap, clap, clap. I meant I was clapping for Patty. All right, but a real diva is an opera singer, like I was saying, and surprisingly, there will be an opera singer performing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. I say, lukewarm response. You are my people. I don't like the idea either. I know an opera singer can really throw down and sing the song, but I don't know who Renee Fleming is. Call me uncouth, but she is a famous soprano. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, but I would rather have Alicia Keys, who did it last year, or Christina Aguilera, who threw down the year before. All right, then call up Celine Dion. Like, I want somebody who I listen to on the radio, somebody from pop culture to do the, not an opera singer. Well, we always have halftime. Who's performing? Bruno Mars? He's a good one. He's a good one. No disrespect, Miss Fleming. It's just that we don't want to see you at the Super Bowl. We'd rather go see you at the opera. Yeah. Thank you. Have you heard this story about Jonah Hill, where he took a low salary to be in The Wolf of Wall Street? I admire him for that. You know, sometimes you've got to take one for the team in order to get ahead. Now, here's the story. So he was talking to Howard Stern, and he said that he only made $60,000 for filming The Wolf of Wall Street. Well, there's a union, and the lowest price, that's the starting salary, in the union, $60,000. Then you negotiate up. So somebody like Angelina Jolie is now making $15 million a movie or whatever. But there's the base price for a movie, $60,000, and that's what he accepted. Do you know why he accepted the small paycheck? Because he wanted so badly to work with the director, Martin Scorsese. And that was a good move because now he's nominated for an Oscar I know, so smart. Now, mind you, I think that Jonah, he's been here before, as I can recall, he grew up, I think, in some sort of privilege. He's an LA kid. In other words, unlike the rest of us, it's no skin off his back to take the low ball amount because, his mommy and daddy, I guess, do something. He dated, Dustin Hoffman's daughter? Whose daughter? Dustin Hoffman's daughter when he was younger, and I guess it's like a rich kid who's now a rich man, and $60,000 he can take the pay cut. But the moral of the story is, good for you and the Oscar nomination. Yeah, good for you, Jonah. Good for you. 50 Shades of Grey update. 50 Shades of Grey update. Come close. Come close. The movie has already started filming. Reportedly, it's not gonna be nearly as raunchy as the books. I know, she said, what's the point? Exactly. 75% of all 3 books was about the sex, which turned me off halfway through the first one. I perused and cliff noted the other ones because I was just so tired of it. And then the girl was so stupid. Do you remember how stupid she was just so stupid, going for a job interview. Remember she tripped over Christian Grey's rug in the office and fell? Always doing something stupid. Not you, Dakota. I'm talking about the character that you play. Anyway, one of the film's producers is already talking and said that the film's gonna focus more on the young love story than the explicit sex. Well, don't act highbrow, because like me, although you're complaining, you're still gonna go see it, right? You just wanna see. Doesn't mean we won't walk out though, right? Well, I don't know, I think they need to, by the way, they said most of the sex scenes are already filmed. I don't care much about the love story. I care about the red room and, the stupid sex.